She knew it was time, so she left the pride and started looking for somewhere safe. And this quiet little cave was about to become a nursery. And then he arrived, a tiny lion, with absolutely no idea what was waiting for him. For now, though, he had only one job: sleep, and apparently he took that job very seriously, because wherever Mom went, he went. And Mom was already teaching him the first rule of being a lion: stay clean. Then came his first steps, a little shaky, but he was finally moving. And then he saw something he'd never seen before: a hyena. He just stared at it, trying to figure out what exactly he was looking at. But after all that excitement, he went right back to sleep. Life was simple. As he grew older, his brothers became his favorite playmates. They climbed, they chased each other, and somehow turned everything into a game. Even Mom's tail wasn't safe. Then one day, he decided it was time to show everyone his roar. Here it comes. Okay, he'll get better. One day, he was drinking water with Mom when something caught his attention. He stopped. His ears went up. Something was nearby. He heard it again. Something was moving. And there it was, the hyena. This time, he decided to investigate. He walked toward it, trying to look brave. Then he got a little closer and suddenly stopped. Maybe brave wasn't the right word. And just like that, he changed his mind. But Mom wasn't going anywhere. She stepped forward and faced the hyena herself, and the little lion stood beside her. He had a lot to learn, but at least he had the right teacher. Then came the day of his first hunt. He spotted a gazelle. He waited, focused, and charged, and then he fell. The gazelle disappeared, and just like that, his first hunt was over. No gazelle, no dinner, just a very disappointed young lion. He walked away from the pride, probably wondering what went wrong. But Mom followed him. She stayed beside him, because sometimes you just need your mother after a bad day. And soon, he was back on his feet. This time, he was ready to learn. Mom began teaching him how to move quietly, how to watch, how to wait, and eventually, they went hunting together. This time, he didn't fall. They caught their prey, and suddenly, the worst hunter in the pride had a meal to celebrate. He stood tall. He was stronger now, and for the first time, he looked like a real lion. He was growing stronger, and even winning fights. He climbed onto a rock and stood there like he owned the place. For a moment, he thought he was ready for anything. But then, the real king spotted him, and the young lion suddenly realized he wasn't the strongest lion here. The pride gathered around, watching the two lions carefully. Then they stood face to face. The young lion held his ground, but the king wasn't impressed. He was being challenged. And then the king charged. The young lion ran. He kept running until the pride was far behind him. He had no choice. He was being driven away. He found Mom one last time. She stayed beside him, but she couldn't change what had happened. He had grown up, and now it was time for him to leave. He walked into the darkness, leaving the pride behind. He wasn't the king, not yet. But this wasn't the end of his story. It was the beginning of his own.